Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Elaine Silver, our musician for this evening. We're always so happy to have her with us. The major announcement this evening is that this Sunday, Reverend Susie will be here. She's been on a vacation, which seems like months, but it's only been a couple weeks. So I look forward, as we all do, to have her back here on Sunday. So I invite you all to be here so we can welcome her with open arms. Is there anything else? I don't think of a thing. Nothing else. Our classes now are on our calendar. On our website, we have posted everything that's going on here during the week on the calendar. So we have many things going on. So if you go to our website, which is unityofsarasota.org, and go to the calendar, you'll see all the activities that are happening. We have art, we have yoga, we have pet grief support group, we have all kinds of things. So I encourage you to check the calendar, and so you won't miss anything. We want you to be sure to enjoy it. Also, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter that goes, or it's an email, on email now, not in the mail, please, again, go to the website, and if you scroll all the way down on that front page, you'll see a space that says subscribe to the newsletter. And just put your email in there, and then they'll send it to you. And that will give you more up-to-date what's happening immediately. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, now let's just take a moment and begin with prayer. Living, loving God, we have gathered here this evening to re-nourish ourselves, to awaken that spirit that is within us so that we are more aware of it, that we'll rely on it and feel it and work through it. Allow the Spirit to go before us, guiding us, encouraging us, supporting us. Listen closely to those divine ideas that will come through. We know that Christ that dwells within us is whole and healthy, happy, and encouraging us to feel on the outside the same way. We look at people as they are looking from the eyes of God. Each person we see, if we imagine we're looking at them through the eyes of God, I promise you everything will change. It will be a blessed day, more blessed than ever. Remember, today is the day that God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And so with this, I say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
We are connected by the heart. Where do you end and where do I start? Anything you pray for, if fear is in your way, I am here to listen to anything you need to say. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me and I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. I hear the worries that are in your way. There's nothing I can do to take your pain away, but I'll help you reconnect with that voice that's deep inside. Let angels wrap you in their love and let spirit be your guide. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel.
the daily word. The daily word for today is forgive. I forgive and I am free. The scripture tonight comes from Luke chapter 6, verse 37. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. I forgive, and I am free. When I've experienced something painful and it weighs heavily on my heart, I may want to offer forgiveness. But how? How do I forgive when I'm still in pain over the actions of another? I begin by surrendering my bruised feelings in the silence and opening the way for the free flow of love and peace throughout my soul and body. I quiet my mind. I release all thoughts as I focus on my breath. Settling deeper into the silence, I let go. I speak these words. I release you. I let you go. You are free. I am free. And so it is. As these words resonate in my heart, I begin to feel light and free. I greet the peace that I have gained through forgiving.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I release you. I let you go. You are free, and I am free. I release you. I let you go. You are free, and I am free. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive me. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
I do want you to know, if you don't know already, that Elaine writes all her own music. And she has CDs, and you can get them on Amazon Prime.
And hey, Alexa,
Oh, hey, Alexa,
play
too.
Lane Silver.
Just say, hey, Alexa, play Elaine Silver. Boom, there she is, right in your living room. She's good. Thank you, Elaine. Appreciate it. The word for today is forgive. I forgive, and I am free. Now, it isn't too hard to forgive a parking ticket, but it's very hard to forgive someone who has hurt a member of my family. It'd be very hard to forgive someone as a Ponzi scheme that took all of my savings. So what does it mean? Webster, of course, always seems to have a definition. So Webster says, stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. This is their example. I don't think I'll ever forgive David for the way he treated her. Stop feeling angry or resentful for someone or a situation of offense, flaw, or mistake. Example, he was not a man who found it easy to forgive or forget. Cancel. Example, he proposed that their debts might be forgiven. You know, the daily word does make it seem easy. I've had a couple of really big forgiveness issues, and I'm here to say that when that situation pops up in my mind still, I have a feeling of something. Anger, pain, disappointment, and any other feeling you can imagine. There isn't anybody who has not dealt with an issue of forgiveness. But it's a personal issue. The person that we need to forgive or the situation is within us. The other person doesn't care or even know if there's a problem. Meanwhile, we're in pain or angry or whatever. First, decide what or who we are forgiving and be clear about what needs to be forgiven, their behavior or our behavior. That's a question. So what's the answer? It seems for us to lead a peaceful, blame-free, regret-free life, we must forgive. I wish I had a magic answer, but I don't. We are all individualized children/adults of God. That means we will all have individual, unique ways of dealing with forgiveness. There is no right or wrong way. We listen to others, we read the books on forgiveness, anything we can, but ultimately, it's how we do it. It's what works with us. We never have to tell a person how we did it, just that we're free from and forgiven everything. For some, it's easy. They go into meditation in the silence, and they feel free. There are other situations, though, a person can't forgive in 1 or 2 times of meditation. It may take years. And even then, if the subject comes up, those old memories come up too. However, when they do come up this time, they're not as painful, they don't last as long. And this is when you must remember how far you've come in that issue. Holding a grudge, refusing to let go of bad feelings, constantly thinking about and seeking revenge for real, or perceived harms, they extend a tremendous amount of stress, a toll physically and emotionally and spiritually. On the other hand, when we release that baggage of negativity and forgive others, we're set free from all that toxicity. Feelings of hurt, helplessness, and anger, they naturally dissipate, and they're gone. What's interesting is whether or not that person that we've forgiven even knows that they're forgiven or needed forgiving. Sandra Walker, a mother of 2, lost her husband in a car accident and also incurred a very serious brain injury. So at the trial for this accident, in her court statement, Ms. Walker said, she sympathized with the woman who caused the accident. She herself lost a child in that accident, and she gave her a hug. She's going through just as much pain as I am, and I forgive her for what happened. You know, when we hear of tragedies of someone taking another life or causing something awful to happen to somebody, it's important to remember there's more than one victim. The perpetrator is a victim as well, and injured. Many times they are a son or a daughter, or even a parent. They've been known by somebody. Many might have considered them a friend. And if we do, then in this anger and disgust when we think about them, we're so disgusted with their action. But they were loved by somebody. Now what do? How do I get rid of these thoughts against the perpetrator? How do we learn how to forgive those, let alone the ones that we personally know that have hurt us in some way? Well, I found 4 steps to forgiveness. There isn't an easy way out of this if we're dealing with it, so just know they sound simple, but anything that sounds simple usually takes a lot of time and effort. First one is uncover your anger, decide to forgive, work on forgiveness, and release from emotional prison, because we've put ourselves in this emotional prison. This process was developed by a psychologist called Robert Enright, and you can use it through journaling in any way, with God, with your book, however, but it is a positive way of dealing with it. First one, uncover your anger. You know, in our culture, anger is often hidden until it explodes in a full-blown rage. It takes courage to be honest with that anger that you have. This psychologist recommended that you buy a notebook and you entitle it My Anger Journal. And you write in it everything that's made you angry, the person who made you angry, the situation that caused you to be angry, and how the anger is impacting you. Take your time, because sometimes this brings up a lot of old emotions too. The second one, decide to forgive. If someone hurt you deeply, you probably aren't ready to just let it go. It's impossible to do that. It can help you to remember that holding on to anger doesn't hurt the other person. Forgiveness is for you. The suggestion is to begin simple. On a heart level, you're just not able to forgive. On a head level, if you put in that decision that you're willing to forgive, then you can make progress. It's the willingness to step forward and into that forgiveness mode. Number 3, work on forgiveness. This is where your journaling will come in handy again. Write affirmations that say, I forgive so-and-so for his or her actions or words. Write them over and over. You know, in the Bible, it says 70 times 70. Do it until you begin to feel the release. When you write their name, think of the word love at the same time. Take a while, but try that, because love is the cure-all for everything. Number 4, release from emotional prison. Realize you're not alone in your suffering. Others have experienced a similar situation, and it hurts. Now, it might be at this time helpful to reach out to a support group. As you move forward in this exercise, don't forget to consider how you have grown and changed as a result of your life experience. I had the occasion to look back and say, okay, all my life experiences, some were good, some were not so good, but I'm good where I am. We have to look at ourselves where I am today. And it was every single life experience that brought you to here. If any of them had been left out, your life would be different. So as you look past, no matter what's happened, it's brought you to here. And when that happens, then you can move forward. So we're talking about forgiving other people, but we do know that self-forgiveness is equally, if not more so, important. And this same 4-step process will help with that self-forgiveness as well. And they encourage you to have a friend or someone that you can work with through this process. You know, even though this unforgiveness might not be foremost in your mind, it happened in the past. It's in the past. So don't allow them to be here in your mind today, muddying your present memories. Every day you're creating new memories. You don't want to muddy them up with the past. And when you go to bed, under no circumstance do you start reliving all those things that happened to you that you're upset about. It doesn't make good for a happy night's sleep. In closing, I want to share a song that speaks to me about forgiveness. You know, the word is not mentioned in it, but it talks about the way we feel if we can just get out of the way. Since we all chose to live by the Gulf, and the water must have something to do with it. Water brings us peace. Why is that? What about the water that allows us to relax and realize that there's something far more important in our life than holding on to a grudge or angry feelings. We often go to the Gulf or to the Intercoastal to find peace. What do we feel when we're near that water? We see the water flowing as naturally as the birds fly. Be like the water. Drift with the tide. Allow your life to flow in the direction that you're aiming. We are moving to the sea that is open, clear of any forgiveness issues, no regrets there, and we can be free. So I invite you to feel free as the water appears, no matter how much time it takes. This is what you have to do to look forward to it, and it's worth working on to feel this free. I am forgiven, I forgive, and I am free. So listen to the song, and when it's done, we will go into meditation.
I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, he spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. I guess he knows that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go of expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me, yeah. I wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
I invite you to take a deep breath. Hold it for a moment and breathe. Let's take another deep breath. Hold it and breathe. One more. And hold it and breathe. Our mind is clear, our heart's open, and we join together in this time of contemplative prayer or meditation. Allow my words to be your words as I use the first person. I forgive and I am free. In the silence. I forgive and I am free. Just take that into the silence within your heart. In the silence. We want more than anything to be free of any anger, hurt feelings, or regret. We know with God all things are possible, but I have to do the work. I am the one that has to do the work. But my path is smoother if I remember that that power lives within me. And that power within me doesn't know a thing about forgiveness. That power within me is forgiveness. We are forgiven before we even ask. We are forgiven before we even ask. Please absorb those words, and realize it's the truth. We are forgiven before we even ask. So I invite you to take that into the silence. I am forgiven before I even ask. In the silence. I want my heart and my soul and my unforgiveness to flow like water. I want it to come down that mountain into the sea. When it gets to the sea, it's clear and gone. I want to flow like the water. I want to fly like the birds and feel that support and love from God that's there for us always. And feel that freedom of any regrets, of any sorrow, of any hurt that you might have done or that's been done for you or to you. I'm aware of the pain that unforgiveness does to me, and I am willing to do all I need to do to be free. I can write in my journal when I'm thinking of something. I can forgive every day what happened. As children of God, we are able to accomplish anything that we set our mind to. And each and every one of us is a child, adult of God, capable to do what we need to do, to be free of that heaviness that weighs on us. I know that the Christ within me is pure love and understanding. I know that the Christ within me is pure love and understanding. I invite you to take that into the silence, that Christ in me is pure love and understanding in the silence. I'm able now to surrender the hurt and angry feelings. And it's because of this awareness I can set myself free. I forgive and I'm free. I am forgiven before I ask. I know the Christ within me is pure love, compassion, and understanding. I am a perfect child of God who can forgive. I am a perfect child of God who can forgive. As we come to the end of this time of prayer, I invite you to just take a few more deep breaths as we become present to this moment. Namaste.
I wrote a song about forgiveness. I wrote it for myself. It turns out I wrote it on a full moon. So when I talk about the end is coming soon, it's the end of the old way. I'll be reborn by next full moon. It takes a month for a new habit. As I forgive, I am forgiven, releasing negativity, revealing kindness that once was hidden. I find a peaceful energy. I open up to
is. And we all feel that peaceful energy, don't we? Beautiful, thank you. Ginger, would you get an offering basket for me, please, and stand out there? This is the time we're not passing the basket because of our wonderful visitor, COVID. So Ginger will be at the door, so on your way out, you can drop your blessing in the basket at that time. So we do have an offering blessing that we say, and so it is divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly. So we bless the gifts and the givers and give thanks for your presence, your gifts, and wish you a wonderful week. So I'm going to, Elaine is going to give us one more wonderful song that she has written, and then I'll do a closing prayer.
All is well.
All is well.
That's an affirmation. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. That's the chorus if you want to sing with me. All is well continually. All is well for you and me. Let's try it. All is well. All is well. All is well. Continually. All is well. All is well. All is well for you and me. I'm in the flow of love. I'm in the flow of life. In a boat of gratitude. On a river of healing light.
beautiful. Thank you, thank you. This was a perfect song. All is well. And so as we leave tonight, we can have that wonderful feeling that Elaine has given us. We're free from forgiveness, and all is well between you and me. We couldn't ask for anything more than that. All is well. So for this midweek uplift that we've experienced this evening, we go forth excited, enthused, and filled with zeal and excitement. It's a mastermind prayer. So I encourage you to hold that feeling, keep the forgiveness within, and share it. Share your forgiveness. Share your forgiveness. And know that all is well. And we thank God within and all around us. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You do such a great job.
It's my job.
It's your job, and you do it well. That's what's so nice.
Hey, George. George. George.